And it's funny because the team also looking at the MCs with you, Black Hippie, of course, J-Rock and Ab-Soul and Schoolboy Q.
Yeah.
You guys, I see you at the Fader yesterday, like the unit is tighter than ever, you know what I mean? Even with your success, J-Rock had to shine first, and then you came up under him. Like, talk about keeping that unity within the crew, because we see crews in hip-hop break up all the time. It's kind of like a dying art to keep the crew together.
Right, yeah. I mean, I started with them dudes, It wasn't too long ago. We was just at the dollar menu at McDonald's. This was like, I want to say a good 3 years ago. Real talk, all in the same, we had nowhere to go, all in the same studio. Not a big studio, I'm talking about like a garage setting. We can get away from the streets and have something constructed to do.
It's almost like a safe house.
Yeah, almost a safe house, you feel what I'm saying? And the more and more we was in there, we built a brotherly bond. That's why Q can go out on stage and say, fuck K.Dot. You dig what I'm saying? Because I know him. He's crazy. That's him. He don't hold his tongue for nothing. Whether he mad at me. Whether he happy for me, it's always be Q. But that's a brotherly bond. We always joke and laugh since day one.
Did they teach you about your success now?
The
attention you're getting,
Oh, they kill it. They kill it.
What's their biggest snap on you? They just Hollywood Lamar, what do they call you?
Q thing, he'll say, I see him today, he say, loan me $8 million. Like 8 million, like I got 8 million. You know what I mean? Try to check my pockets and stuff, I'm like, this dude is crazy, but that's the homie. And that bond, it builds into a more personal thing where we have that much more passion for the music. I'm not gonna let a label or anybody else come in and try to swindle Q music and make it some type of other way, because I have that much more passion for his music and respect for him. So it just make us click that much more rather than being co-workers, inside of a setting. And we know how groups, break up, because everybody want to do their own thing.
Or the second guy can't outshine the master.
Exactly.
If Schoolboy Q goes triple platinum, you're all right.
I'm good with it. I'm good with it, because the fact that we started off as individual artists, gives us that balance to where we know who we are. We're not trying to break away and find something else because, we tired of compensating for this artist right here in the group. And I think that's one of the biggest things about groups, breaking up. And it's just not that freedom to actually do your thing. Q don't sound like me. I don't sound like him. He don't sound like J-Rock. He don't sound like Ab-Soul. So we have that freedom to actually go out and explore our own individuality as far as music.
But it's funny because, obviously, Good Kid, M.A.A.d City is such a display of, intricate storytelling.
Right.
But there are, we live such, in a Twitter world of, catchphrases and sayings. Your bitch is, its own thing. How do you feel when you come up with one of those kind of things? Oh, Martin had a dream, Kendrick had a dream. When you're in the studio, when do you know you hit that kind of saying, because people grab onto, it's almost like pull quotes, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you please on one hand with the intricacies of your wordplay, and stories, but now it's like, girl, I know you want that dick.
Right.
Does that embarrass you? That's like your line right now.
You just throw that on anywhere. They just gonna say that part all day. Everybody just point me out for that person to say that. You don't even gotta know my music. He said that line, that dick line. That's
the conscious rapper with the dick line.
Right. No, but stuff like that. That's just stuff we used to play with coming up in high school. Your bitch, and Martin had a dream, Kendrick had a dream, just feeling like we empowered, just not really giving a fuck about just being a kid and not really having too many worries about anything or even respect, truthfully. And that's what that album really represents, taking words and flipping them or not really knowing the history behind Martin Luther King. I can honestly say I came from that. We was taught, what he's done for us, but we didn't really know. Until we got older.
We knew you were supposed to honor it, but didn't really understand it.
We didn't really understand it, exactly. So that's what that song represents, when I say that, being 16 and just saying the most outlandish, things inside of a car, and all that just come from high school days. And it was funny then, and catchy then, so I bring it back to life today and it still had that same effect.
So then when you see it on Twitter, everybody's going, you bitch, you bitch. That's the cultural impact of it.
Exactly. Me and my homeboys be like, that's funny. We sang that in 10th grade. Not a world saying it.
It's like the Drake chronic, These Nuts. These Nuts skit, that was his own classic.
Exactly. I talked to Dre, and he say they majority of the stuff that we say now from the albums, that was just them having fun in the studio. Yeah. The same way me, Q, and Ab, and Rock be having fun. Just our own lingo and our experience, how we carry ourselves and our lifestyle. It was just them having fun. That's all they was worried about, and it became classic staples in hip hop.
Is Good Kid, M.A.A.d City a classic? Because I said in the truth, I didn't think it was.
Yeah.
But you still have bigged up the truth. So, like, are you mad at me? And do you feel
no,
like...
I'm definitely not mad at you.
Do you feel like it is a classic and I'm wrong?
I'm not soft like that. You know what I mean? You keep your opinion. Yeah, you're going to be the same brother to me. You feel me? But,
no doubt. Because you said something like it's just like BET or something.
Yeah,
I'm Donnie Simpson.
No, I definitely feel like it's definitely classic worthy. I always said that it just gotta have them years behind it. Yeah. I purchased my first CD, probably was like 13. So I look at a kid grabbing his first CD, Good Kid, M.A.A.d City. Will he still be bumping this, when he's 23? You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I feel he will be bumping it, And a lot of people say it's an instant classic. That's great. I love that. But I want that longevity. I don't want you to be saying it because it's, I'm hot right now. Whatever the quote is.
I heard you're the hottest MC in the game.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But eventually, most artists, that flame usually burn out. So I'm not really concerned with that as much as everybody else is. I want that longevity in it.
I feel like you made two statements around the album. You put out the Heart Part 3 right before the album's about to drop.
Yeah.
And then you put the Jig Is Up after the end. So it's like those are kind of your statements. Like I wanted to talk about those songs, and what made them special. Like, Heart, you got your boys on it, and you had a great line on it. It was falling off is a sickness. I heard it's quite contagious.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, like, talk about that and like how you were feeling when you knew you were finally just about to unleash this project that was so personal to you and you had a vision for so long.
Right, definitely. Falling off is a sickness. I once heard Puff say, a good artist, a successful rap career, is 5 years. Mm-hmm. That tripped me out. That blew me away. And when I started doing my research on it,
very true.
It's very true.
Yeah.
As much as we love the culture, it doesn't translate, to continue as far as sales, as far as a business. Mm-hmm. Everything is so trendy. Everybody's on to the next. I did my research on that, and that shook me up. That'll scare you, as much as you love it. It'll come upon a time when you're cold, and you might never get back. Only the few, golden childs really get back, like Busta, Years, Jay, Nas. These people really have something else going on, something special. And I felt that line was a pinnacle line inside that song, gearing up to my first album. Should I acknowledge that now, or should I wait 5 years later to acknowledge it when it's all, God willing that it don't be 5 years, but let me think about this now and really soak in the opportunity that I have. So let me go a little bit 10 times harder than what the next artist is doing.
I wanted to ask about Sing About. Like people obviously give the album praise because of how conceptual and cohesive it is, but I feel like, obviously Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst is the centerpiece. It's like the heart of the album. It's almost like it's its own cohesive masterwork. Like talked about like merging those different themes and how to put that song, how that song came together, like 12 minutes. Like it's like many songs within songs.
Right. That song, first off, that song was produced by Light, from Pac Div, and that was one of them records I was holding on for a minute. It's probably like the first, instrumentations that I got for the project, and I knew from the jump it was gonna be one of them joints, that I really had to tap into. Like you said, it's a concept, within itself, and it breaks down everything from my previous projects to the actual story, of the concept Sing About Me, which is about actually telling the story about me, from telling the story of different homeboys who will sing about me at the end of the day. Yeah. And it's so many different jewels in there that you can gain from it. I feel like that's one of my favorite records, today.